Hello, great people. Interpolitical rivalry in Nigeria is at an all-time high as candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 presidential election, Mr. Peter Obi fired hot shots at the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, his party, the APC, the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, at the burial ceremony of late Pa Edwin Clark. In a moment, I will leave you to watch the shots that were fired by Mr. Peter Obi at the burial of Edwin Clark, so much so that he said that under the democratic government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the labor of Nigeria's heroes past is in vain. You will recall that the APC and Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and the presidency has tackled Mr. Peter Obi for demarketing Nigeria based on the speech that he gave when he was in the United States. And this issue has been going back and forth between the Peter Obi camp and the Bola Ahmed Tinubu camp. We would watch the video, but I need to remind you that I will play you another video after that because Akpabio, the president of the Senate, has responded to Mr. Peter Obi, and he also fired some hot shot at Mr. Peter Obi. Let us go and watch the first video. Let's watch it.
I listened to my brother Mike when he talked about may the labor of our heroes past not be in vain. I'm sorry, I'm happy that Jagawan is here, and I'm happy that Jonathan is here. But I can tell you, their sacrifice is in vain. They've sacrificed for nothing. We're in this country when people were protesting, when there was no need to protest under Jonathan. Where are those protesters? Have they died? Where are they? So why are we saying it should not be in vain? Jonathan increased fuel from 87 naira to 120, and people were protesting in this country. And when it was 900, they were not protesting. Are they dead? So why are we saying it should not be in vain? People protested when naira was 180, and when it was 1,005, they're not protesting. Are they dead? So let's not say it should not be in vain. I spoke a few days ago, and people said I'm demarketing Nigeria. When is truth being demarketed? One bank has just shown that 75% of Nigerians in rural areas are poor. Is one bank demarketing Nigeria? UNICEF 2 days ago released that Nigeria now have over 2 million malnourished children, the second highest in the world. Are they demarketing Nigeria? Let's face the reality. Their labor is in vain. We have a country now that is not democratic. We are not a democratic country. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Is the election that happened in Edo, is it democratic? Just the last election in Edo is the most undemocratic election. Everybody knows who won that election. So why are we keeping it and saying, let their work not be in vain? It is in vain. So we can start picking the pieces now, because they've destroyed everything people have sacrificed for. Look at what is happening in Nigeria today. Above all, Jagawan, you sacrificed everything. The country people sacrifice has turned into a crime scene. All we do today is stealing. You know, and we have to do something.
There you have it. You just heard what candidate of the Labour Party in the 2022 presidential election, Mr. Peter Obi, you just heard what he said. But I'm not done yet. Let me play you what the Senate President, Akpabio, said, how he responded to the candidate of the Labour Party in the last election. Then we'll come back for some great discussion. Let's watch it.
And yet, when somebody makes a statement that the labors of our heroes past are in vain, I beg to disagree. Let our brother Peter Obi show leadership like Edwin Clark did by resolving first the crisis in the Labour Party. For a man who wants to run Nigeria, you have one of the smallest parties in Nigeria, and you cannot even resolve the crisis in that Labour Party. Is it the crisis of Boko Haram that you will come and resolve in Nigeria?
There you have it. You just heard the response of the Senate President. I noticed one thing in the Tinubu government, or should I say for APC members, which is that they really don't know how to respond as a ruling government, in the sense that you are the ruling party, you are in power. Mr. Peter Obi as an opposition has criticized you, rather than for you to respond to the criticism of Mr. Peter Obi and what your government is doing in that regard. You left that, you are attacking the man, and you move to the crisis in the Labour Party. I think that the way the Senate president could have answered that question is to talk about what the Bola Ahmed Tinubu government is doing and what the government intends to do to make sure that life becomes easy for Nigerians, and for the Senate president to say how the government is performing in such a way that the labor of Nigeria's heroes past is not in vain. That is how to respond to Mr. Peter Obi. But for you to leave the performance of the government, for you to leave how Nigeria's heroes past will not be in vain, to go to the crisis in the Labour Party, that is a different thing entirely. And don't forget that Mr. Peter Obi is not the president. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the president, and he has the duty to deliver. And right now, tomorrow things may change, but currently he is the president. So I think that generally, with profound respect to the leaders of APC, I think they need to learn how to respond to criticism, because I've observed that oftentimes they often respond to criticism as if they are in the opposition. No, you are a ruling government. So when they criticize you, you need to speak to what you are doing as regards that criticism itself. And let us look at something. What is the lie in what Mr. Peter Obi said? What is the lie in, if we are to be realistic with ourselves, what is the lie in what he said? And he said that, oh, may the labor of our heroes past not be in vain. Or, no, I think he said the labor of our heroes past is already in vain. Well, I may not completely agree to that, because Nigeria as it is a product of our heroes past, and Nigeria is still existing, although it may be existing in what you can call an abnormal manner. Things may not take shape, but I don't believe that the labor of our heroes past has been totally in vain. But then for Mr. Peter Obi's words not to come to pass, I think the Nigerian leadership needs to be very careful. Now, let us go to the things that Mr. Peter Obi said and the reality of it. He mentioned petrol subsidy, and he said that people that complained during the petrol subsidy during Jonathan's period, that are they dead? They are alive. Why are they not speaking up now? He mentioned the likes of Wole Soyinka, Femi Falana, and so many other people, that when petrol the price was lower and subsidy was the solution, you guys protested. Was Peter Obi lying? Did they not protest? What is the price of petrol? When Bola Ahmed Tinubu moved it to over 1,000 naira, did they protest? No. So I expect that the Senate president, for example, will respond to these critical issues. Then Mr. Peter Obi mentioned about demarketing Nigeria, and he responded to the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. He said that the World Bank made some projections about Nigeria. UNICEF also made the projections about Nigeria, and we've had other institutions make such projection about Nigeria. So the big question is, can this global organization speak, but Peter Obi cannot speak? These global institutions, can they speak about Nigeria? But Mr. Peter Obi, that is affected by the policies of government, cannot speak. Don't forget that apart from being a politician, apart from being a presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi is also like every other ordinary citizen in Nigeria that the policies of government is affecting. And if Mr. Peter Obi is a citizen of Nigeria, definitely he can speak. And look at it. He said the World Bank says 75% of Nigerians are poor. UNICEF said over 2 million Nigerian children are malnourished. Is that demarketing Nigeria? Why is it that the government doesn't tackle the people in the global institutions, but when ordinary Nigerians or the opposition, when they speak, then you find Nigerian government to worry? When World Bank made that statement, nobody said anything. When UNICEF was making their own projection, nobody said anything. So I think that Nigerian government needs to kind of like know how to address the issues. The world is a global village. And let us look at something. To Babajide Sanwo-Olu, how has Peter Obi demarketed Nigeria? And Babajide Sanwo-Olu, that usually mind his business before, now he's now giving himself the role of attacking the opposition rather than for him to concentrate on governance in Lagos State. And you will recall, I said it in one of my videos, that Babajide Sanwo-Olu is just trying to appease the president Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because he has fallen out with the president as regards the removal of the speaker, the now reinstated speaker Mudashiru Obasa, and some of the things that are going on in Lagos State. Now, talking about marketing in Nigeria, Sanwo-Olu's ally Aisha Achimogu did a birthday in, I think, Grenada for about a week. The lady that was declared wanted by EFCC, and Sanwo-Olu, as her ally, couldn't advise the lady to celebrate her birthday in Nigeria. So you can imagine how has that lady, who is Sanwo-Olu's ally, how has she promoted Nigeria? So some of these things, like I think the people in government needs to check themselves and act accordingly, or should I say, lead by example. And if you look at it, he said that what if Mr. Peter Obi, he said what is going on now is stealing all over the place. Well, I don't have evidence to that regard, but what I know is that corruption is a popular phenomenon in Nigeria. But corruption is something that needs to be checkmated. But the level of stealing, the amount that is being stolen, I don't have information in that regard. I don't know whether Mr. Peter Obi has information in that regard. But what I can say is that the APC government seems to be the government of the opposite, in the sense that they will say this one and do another. They will promise you change. When they come to power during Buhari, they will say change begins with you. They will promise you renewed hope. At the end of the day, you will get hopelessness. In fact, they will promise you agbado. At the end of the day, you won't even see any food to eat. So I think the APC government should focus on delivering the dividends of democracy to the Nigerian people. And well, it is true apparently that those who led and sponsored protests during the days of Jonathan now cannot withstand protests. Those that criticize Jonathan heavily now cannot withstand criticism. And that's why I said, don't follow politicians just for the sake of following them. Act according to your own personal conviction, so that when they switch, their allegiance, or when they change their behavior, you won't be disappointed. It's been an interesting time with you. Subscribe, turn on your notification button, catch up with my past video. I have great interesting video coming your way. See you in my next video. I love you all sincerely.